Jane had seen her fair share of gruesome crime scenes, but this one was particularly disturbing. The body of a middle-aged man lay sprawled across the bed, his face frozen in a look of terror. Blood spatter decorated the walls, evidence of the brutal attack that had taken place. Jane sighed heavily, trying to clear her head. She had to focus on the task at hand. Her team had received an anonymous tip-off that a call girl by the name of Lily was responsible for the murder of several of her clients. It was a difficult case as Lily was incredibly elusive, leaving no traces behind her. Jane had been working on the case for months, tirelessly interviewing suspects, following leads and studying the crime scenes. But she was no closer to finding Lily than she had been on day one. One day, as Jane was reviewing the case file yet again, a piece of evidence caught her eye. A small scrap of paper with the name Lily scrawled on it had been found at one of the murder scenes. It seemed like a minor detail, but Jane's instincts told her that it could be the key to unlocking the case. She put a call out to her team, asking them to scour the city for any information they could find on a call girl named Lily. Days went by, but there was no sign of her. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. Just when Jane was about to give up hope, a lead came through. A man had been arrested for soliciting prostitution, and he claimed to have information on Lily. Jane went to the police station to interrogate him. The man, whose name was Mark, was nervous and jittery. He told Jane that he had hired Lily a few times in the past, and that she had always been very professional. But on one occasion, she had seemed different, on edge, almost manic. She kept talking about how she was sick of these men using her, treating her like she was nothing, Mark said. And then she started talking about how she was going to get revenge. Jane's heart raced. This was the break she had been waiting for. She asked Mark to describe Lily in detail, and he obliged, giving her a rough physical description and telling her where he had last seen her. Jane and her team immediately set out to track down Lily, scouring the streets and questioning everyone they met. After several hours of searching, they finally found her. She was sitting alone in a seedy bar, nursing a drink. Jane approached her cautiously, identifying herself as a police officer. Lily didn't flinch. "I knew you'd come eventually," she said. Jane sat down opposite her. "You're under arrest for the murder of several of your clients." Lily shrugged. "I know, but they deserved it, every one of them." Jane's stomach turned as she listened to Lily's story. She had been a call girl for years, taking on clients to make ends meet. But she had grown tired of being used and abused by these men, who saw her as nothing more than a commodity. So she had started killing them, one by one, in a gruesome display of revenge. She had chosen her victims carefully, making sure that they were men who had a history of abusing sex workers. Jane felt a mix of horror and pity for Lily. She knew that what she had done was wrong, but she also understood the pain and anger that had driven her to it. As Lily was led away in handcuffs, Jane couldn't help but wonder how many other sex workers out there were suffering in silence, trapped in a world of violence and exploitation. It was a sobering thought, and one that would stay with her long after the case.